morning, YouTube watchers. Welcome to my channel. My name's Berenice. They call me Val. And it's 5 o'clock. Well, it's coming up for 5 o'clock in the morning. I had a cup of tea, slung something on, had to do my hair, had to do that at 5 o'clock. I'm not going to work. Well, yeah, I'm having fun. So it's taken me half an hour to sort myself out. Spilt my tea on the table. I'm still knocking this table. It's a little table, side table. So my tea spilt a bit. Yeah, that's not good, is it? First thing in the morning. But we're here. I'm a bad sleeper, as I said before. And yeah, so I've got a plan. Got a plan, because I need to get more. Let's get forward. I'm scared of knocking this table again. My cup of tea on it. Why don't you put it on the solid table, Bill? That's a good idea. Right. So what we're doing today is snail trail. Never done it before. My son wants to make a quilt. He's already made his first little coffee table squares. Easy, simple. Then he's got this big plan and everything, but he wants this incorporated, quite a few in there, for like water flowing. He'd probably have two different blues and whites and stuff. But I thought I'd make a blue and yellow to get a bit of practice in. He's coming back up, excuse me a minute. He was here about 10 days ago, 2 weeks, and he's coming up in another 2 weeks from Cornwall. I live in Sussex, so it's about 250 miles away. So he's coming up and we'll do a few of these. So I thought I'd better get the practice in. I'm looking at a seam now that's not matching, you know. And but yeah, it's quite good. It's not one I would pick, but the reason I wouldn't is because I do quilting as I go. I get an idea and then I think I'll do that. I can't got one handy. But anyway, I was looking at a lady's YouTube called Quilting for the Soul from America, and she mentioned this book. Okay, I don't know if you'll read it backwards actually. Probably got it on reverse. Window, isn't it? So the new quick and easy block tool, 110 blocks in 5 sizes, and it's a lovely spiral spine, which is fantastic for us quilters, isn't it? And yeah, it's got loads of, well, 110. There you go, Bill. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Forgive me. No, don't say I'm like that at midday. I know I am. So we have a block index, first of all, which is good. It's on Amazon, this. And you've got the grids, so like a 2 grid, so like 2 panels that will go down, and then 3, so it's made of 3, and of course it goes up to 8, I think it is, yeah, 8, so lucky you didn't pick one of them, wasn't it? Solid squares. And they got like set out as charm packs, fat quarters and jelly rolls, so you can specifically make your quilt with them blocks, and layer cakes. I've never bought a layer cake. And then it goes in alphabetical order. And it is kind of basic. It's not really out and out step by step illustration, because it's only a wee book. But if you are a quilter and you've done blocks, you'll be able to manage this. You know, obviously start early. It depends where you are on your journey. But like the air castle, it's a bit like card trick. I like card. I remember making card trick many years ago, because I've done a bit and then stopped, you know. And I thought, right, okay, I can do blocks of this and put like 4 or 5 together for you to see. Not a whole quilt, you know, you see me do bits and bobs, and I can pop one of them in between but I thought it would keep you happy, keep me happy, keep me on YouTube, because the analytics went boom, because I'm not there. Quoting the soul, I just put one up yesterday and she said, welcome back. Yeah. So, and yeah, so they all go in alphabetical order. So, of course, some of them could have been 3 strips, some could be up to 8 strips. But another thing that's really, really good about this book is you've got different sizes. And I've seen me in the past wanting to make blocks, and you go on the web, because you're trying to look for stuff that's free as well, if you can, you know, and you've got like a 6-inch block, and I think, right, okay, we can cope with that. And you go to another website, and there's no 6-inch for the one you want. It's quite frustrating. But this is really good. So, like for instance, this page, again for this air castle, is like 3, 6, 9, 12 and 15-inch blocks. Wonderful. Now, it's not the same on every page, because like the Arkansas Crossroads is 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. So it's 4 instead of 3. So what I've done with my son, I said 6-inch, because then you'll have more variety. There's more than anything. I think there's probably a 6-inch on every block. Excuse me, it's muddy. So that's what I'm going to do. A few blocks here. And of course, with this, you can do a sampler. You know, I can put them together. Mishmash of colours, I don't know. But while I was looking through this with Snail's Trail, I've been having fun with it, taking the mickey out of him. My quilt group, oh, worst one in the book, I'm going. He had to pick that one. Tiny wee squares in the middle, you know, an inch they ended up. Oh, I've told friends online. I said, yeah, but I've done it. And then I saw monkey wrench. So I'm having fun with that now. Why didn't he pick the monkey? It's a layer less, you know. Not so much. Yeah, loving it. I always take the mickey, you know. I always have fun with these things, you know. Exaggerate, you know, just to get the fun out of it. But anyway, that's enough of that for the minute, eh? So I'm going to go and cut some blocks and show you how I'm going to go about this, because it's so many and confusing, and I think I've sussed out a way to keep myself organised. All right, we'll catch you in the next section. Thank you for watching. Be lovely if you subscribe. And I keep saying link now because I've got websites on my brain. Like and notifications when I get a new video on, because I really want to get some more videos on more consistently. I'll cut some little bits of paper. This is to put on the each size that I'm going to cut, because some of them are like, for instance, 2 3/4 and 2 3/8. So they're going to be very similar in size for me to see. Well, I won't be able to tell the difference, so that's why I'm doing them. Get them out of the way over there. So I've got this new turntable mat somebody bought me for my birthday, which I'm very pleased. And the reason is because of this. When I was doing this with my son on a flat mat, I said to him, we need one of these, but somebody else said, what do you want for your birthday? Want one of them. Did them for a year, but got it. So, and again, when I was doing it the first time, we done just one layer. But on the book, let's get this a bit organised here. On the book, it says, I've marked, I don't know if you can see it, the 6-inch, I put a little pencil mark around it. It's my book, doesn't matter. It's because it's quite confusing looking across there, trying to think of everything. And it will say 1 of A, 2 7/8, and then one of B's 2 7/8. So I was doing them separate, same as C and D, you know, etc. So it's two of the same size, opposites on the pattern. So that's the reason that I'm going to do 2 at once. I thought of 4, but as the little centre squares are so small, fabric will slip and stuff. But we'll see how it goes. As I say, this is only the second, third time I've done this. Yeah, because I've done the little block. And then I'm trying to think. No, I've only done 1. Yeah, start again. I've done 2. One with my son and the one that I've just shown you. So, the first ones that I need... Well, the first ones I'm going to do, actually, is... No, we'll go down the list. See you? Dithering is 2 squares at 3 7/8. 3 7/8, okay. So let's get a square first, a straight line. Let's put it there. I'm actually going to cut this into a square so that it fits the mats, or thereabouts. 3 7/8. Yep, double checking. So, making sure a little red line. It's so thin. I was watching a Houston show yesterday, quilt show, and I see they've got rulers that light up. The lines light up. I thought, oh, that's wonderful. I doubt if we get it over here, Britain. The stuff they got in America is wonderful compared to here. But anyway, well, unless you go to a quilt show, I've only ever been to one small one in my life. Right, 3 7/8. Stick that to the side a minute. You've got a turntable bell. Nearly turned it, see? Because I'm not used to it yet. And straighten that one off with my cut and mat lines. You know, I don't often use the lines. I use the ruler more, but... Right, so that's 3 7/8. I have to keep telling myself as well as you. So bottom line, top line, and little tiny marks down there. Careful, it's so precise. So 3 7/8. Get me a bit of paper. Now looking for the pencil I had in my hand 5 minutes ago. It's gone. And I want 3 7/8. I think I better pin that on there, because it'll go walkabout, won't it? And of course, you know, if I get another colour, I can put it in that pile. See, that's what I'm thinking. So I want 1. I'll move you for a minute. I want 2 4 1/4 now. Organised chaos here, isn't it? 4 1/4. 4 1/4 belt. See, look, I've moved that already. There you go. 4 1/4. You can watch my, hold on, 4 1/4 bell, not the 8th. I'm using the 8th line. See, thinking about that other one. See how you can get mixed up, and it's so easy. 4 1/4, double checking, triple checking. 4 1/4. That'd be handy for the little tiny blocks in the middle. I'm thinking. Mat. We've got a mat. Turntable mat. I'm going to straighten this edge on my right. Yeah, you can see it. I'm just double checking. So I'm using the red line down here. And that'll look a bit out of the top. So I didn't do the other side yet, did I? Oh, thinking on my feet. Right. Let me go. Let me check again. Yeah, I think that's okay. So, 4 1/4 square. I've got my red line at the bottom. 4 1/4 there. Now, I like to check with this line as well, and that's fine. That means I am square. Right? Right. Bit of paper. My pen. 1 bit of paper bell. 4 1/4. Or 1/4, I think you Americans say. Stick that in there. Excuse me, my nose is running. My nose is not good. So, the next one is 2 3/8. These are all 2 blocks. 2, let me think here. No, they're all 1, except for the little tiny squares in the middle. Okay. They're all 1 square that we cut into triangles, except for these. Right. Skizzers out the way. So I'm going down my list. I've done the 3 7/8, to 1 of each of them. I've done 1 each of 4 1/4. Now I'm doing 2 3/8, 1 of each. 2 3/8. I keep repeating myself because I know what my brain's like. You know, I'll do another 2 and whatever. 3/8. See, I'm already thinking about 7/8 because I think 3/4. So 3/8, Belle. That's 1 past the quarter. Maths, see? Maths. 2 3/8. Slipping. It's such a fiddly thing. But once you get into the swing of it, isn't it? It's like anything. It's a bit trickier the first time. 2 3/8. So I'm going to turn it around here. And am I straight there? Yeah. I've got a straight H there, so I can do 2 3/8 on this. So I'm going to put my little black line here and move it over to 2 3/8. And I can see by the little gap there and the little lines on square. I'm going to cut these into triangles as well, which I haven't done at the moment. I don't know if I've done this the right way of going about it, but we'll see. 2 3/8. Get my pins a wee bit nearer. Not a pin cushion. I live near a castle, a big castle called Arundel Castle. Have a look at it online. It's a massive castle, bigger than the Tower of London. I've been to the Tower, mainly used to live near. I was born near London. You might tell by my accent. But yeah, so we went there and there was a little craft fair going on, so I bought that. My son took me. I don't go out much because of my, I had agoraphobia for many a year. I'm getting out and about a bit more now, so that's improvement. That's a little bit about my life, as you might pick up as you go through this journey with me. My YouTube journey. So the next one, go back to where we were, 2 3/4. See what I mean? 2 3/8, 2 3/4. It's so easy to get mixed up, and I did. And I laid them out the table without labels, and then I didn't know which one to pick up, and tried to measure them, you know. So, 2 3/4 bell. Use your red line. 2 3/4. There we go. I think I'm going to pay for this as well by not cutting them into the triangles. We'll see. 2 3/4. Red line. My red line. See, that's already wandered a little bit. 2 3/4 about. I'm mumbling. What I'm going to do while I'm here, because this is the last square bar, the little tiny centre ones. So this 2 3/4 is cut into 4. So you can see what I mean by being small. So corner to corner. It's funny, when you draw a pencil line, you make allowance for the lead of the pencil point. But of course you mustn't do that with a blade. So there's one, and this is why I wanted the mat. I don't have to move that block, that square, and it's all tidy. Okay, so I'm going to get my little piece of paper, put you on there, stop moving. Right, so it's 2 3/4. Still need to do this, even if I break them up. 2 3/4. Okay. I'm going to have to get myself a little board, make a little board with kind of fleece batting on, so I can stick these on. As I say, I don't usually do this kind of cutting. I'm pretty new. I'm still new. So that's 2 3/4 pin. I just moved it, Bill. And I'll just stick it in a couple, and I'm going to put it on a big table next to me. Alright, so I've got 4 1/4. Of course, I pinned them together, so it's kept it pretty tidy. So 4 1/4. Again, that's cut 2 ways into 4. Leave that to the side. I'm just double checking my book. Yeah. Measure twice, cut once. Read twice or more, Bell, then cut once. Isn't it? Because knowing me, I'm not the only one either, but I know I can be a bit clumsy with these things. Just take your time. Especially the first. So I'm going to stick that there. Pin that one on them too. And put them in a little pile. Now I know where I am. Get them out of the way, because that's where my confusion was. So we've got the 2 3/8. So I'm going back up my list here. That's only cut once. Pin out, paper out. Only cut once. I repeat it because of my brain. I just think I've got to keep repeating it to make sure that I know that I'm on the right way of doing it. Reassuring myself. Not the end of the world, I've got enough fabric, but you don't want to do it again, do you? So, okay, 2 3/8. And then we've got 3 7/8. Let's have a look. That's the top one. That's only cut once. You might find a better way of doing it. And I will get better. I will get faster and maybe find a quicker way. Or 4 layers, because obviously if I'm going to make a wee quilt or something, I want different, I'm going to put different colours in it. So I'm going to put that label back on there, pin it, put that down over the side, and the last section we've got to do is mini little block over. So it's these bits I'm cutting out now. Let me get this. I've moved the strip, haven't I? Yeah, ruined it all. It's quite thin fabric, so it is. It's not the best quality, but it'll do for this. I'm not making a big quilt. I might even make a table runner or something, just for the practice and to show you. If you see my learning process, it might encourage you to do it, you know. Oh well, that's, if you see me stroke. Right, this is 1 1/4. Waffling now. So I'm going to go over the 1 1/4 to 1 1/2 or thereabouts, because I'm going to trim this side as well. And I need 2 of these. I'm going to pull that one out. And I'm definitely going to cut this one 1 1/4, because I know this left hand edge is straight. 1 1/4 bell. Get that out of the way. Okay. Is that 1 1/4? God, that looks small. Let's have a look. It is, yeah. Shows you how small it is, isn't it? 1 1/4, and we don't do anything with them because, as I said, they're the square and they're centre ones. I know that, so that's fine. That's the first ones we're going to sew. I know I'm moving it. I know. 1 1/4, yeah, because I had a rough edge, didn't I? Without moving the mat still. Too fiddly. My back's hurting actually. Need to sit down. Get rid of the rubbish. And I won't label them because I know they're the only squares in the quilt, in the block. So now we've got to sew it. Right, so I'm back at my sewing table. My place of comfort. And just a reminder of what we're doing, or for me, what we're doing. I'm doing this centre part first, okay? Hold on a minute. Rattling bracelets. That's the left one was going. I lost one. I didn't lose it, it came off. I get them caught in the door, you know, the little door catches where the little thing goes in to shut it. I never shut my doors, but I go to turn the light off and get it caught. I'm always doing it. My son's got a few bracelets to solder and fix for me. Right, so I'm lucky with this. This is reversible. It doesn't matter what side this goes, so I haven't got to think about that too much. So, oh dear, I've got sore knees, sore back. Oh dear, I'm in the wars. Right. Go on to the next one as well. Got my 1/4 inch foot on. Don't go too fast there because it's so small. Excuse me. empty. So I'm going to finger press them open towards the dark. I'm going to do it. And put it to, because there's no thread, so that seam can so easily come undone. Towards the dark bell. Put them the opposite way, and we butt them up against each other. Not on top, just butt them up. And I hold it like that. You'll find your own way, but I hold it for dear life, as I call it, for dear life. Start slowly. I don't use a, what's it called, a thread bunny, or a leader, I sometimes call it. I'm not in a habit, and I'm not in the habit of doing it. I wasn't taught that way. I wasn't taught sewing since I was at school, let's be fair. So, here we go, slowly, and then we're all right. Not going to go slow, blimey. Done it before I've thought about it. I'll give it a bit of thread there. Well, that's the easy part. See, I was out, look. Yeah, but, oh, that's fine. Forgive yourself. Always forgive yourself. It's going to be lost in the midst of a quilt. How did I do there? Yeah, look. That's a bit different, isn't it? That's because it's, what, 6:45 in the morning. That's my excuse. Right, Belle. See, there's my little piles of triangles, okay, that are sitting next to me. I'm going to get my little plan book out. So, I've done the middle section. Now I'm going to do G. And G is the dark. There, I nearly went 2 1/4 for the 4-inch block, but I'm doing the 6-inch block. 2 3/4. Yeah. And you've got to watch out where you put them. So G, 2 3/4. That's them. And it's not like it's 4 and you just put them round, because it's got that swirl effect. Keeping that pen and paper together for the next one. So on the pattern here, let's use this one. Right, so there's my dark and there's my dark. See, this is good to make one first, and you can follow it a little bit better than the book. Not complaining about the book's great, but it is pretty basic instructions. So that goes on there. Okay, so that's fine. And we know the other one will go opposite. And then the 2 yellow ones the other way. And again, like I've done on my other quilt, or other quilts, I can mark that with a little crease. It just gives the centre point of that triangle, and I can put it on that seam line at the top, and then I have the point pointing down here on that seam, and I know I'm centre on both bits. Creaky table. Just taking my time, not whizzing through them. So, and again, I'm going to do it this way because I think that just keeps you right, keeps my mind at right as well. That reassures me that I've got it in the middle. instead of trying to look at the points there at each end, thinking, oh, is that the same distance overlapping? I like to put that out of the way. Don't need to, because you're not sewing over it, but I just like to put it back out of the way. And again, I don't have to worry about which is the right side on this fabric. So I've got the seam, the top seam, and this pointing down here at this seam, and that's fine. Let's get my thread out of the way. I'll turn that down a bit actually, because I'm not going to go fast. And that's that there. So just finger press it back. You can press it, but I don't like pressing it. It's so small, I'm worried about it stretching out of shape. So we know this is opposite colour. Again, that little crease. I'm repeating, but I like to do that, because the more you do that, you know, if you weren't here, I'd be talking to myself, or thinking myself anyway, probably talking. And just to reassure myself that I'm doing it right. I'm going well over, no harm in that. Yeah, my son making me do these things, eh? Yeah, we're going to have a good joke with this for the next 5 years. You remember that snail's trail? I WhatsApp my friends at my group. I've done it. I've done them. Oh, they're well pleased with it, but so I don't want to do it again. Here I am doing it again. See, I've got my 1/4 inch foot, the metal bar bit, so I'm just going to lift it to take it over that dog ear. Sometimes you can hold it down to get it underneath there. 2 ways of doing it. 2 ways. Oh, that doesn't look very straight, does it? What have I done there? That does not look straight to me. Hold on. But I can't see where I've gone wrong. Perhaps my squares weren't straight, eh? Shall I leave it? Will it sort itself out? Oh, maybe it will. Look, look, look. Yeah, leave it, see what happens. Okay, right, so I'm going to bring up my original one I've done. I'm still going to look at the instructions. It's this one I wanted, these corners now. Okay, which is, look at my little map, E and F. E and F are 2 3/8. So there they are, 2 3/8. See, so easy to get mixed up between that and that. The 2 1/4, whatever they were. What was it? 2 3/4. Yeah, 2 3/4 and 2 3/8. Excuse me. So put my pin back in there because I'll be using that again. More's a pity. I'm joking. I'm joking. Having fun. Right, 2 3/8, E and F. So let's get it in the same way that I've got it on here. Dark, 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 dark. So the dark goes here. With me? It's a little bit easier than the book. The book's great, but when you've got the physical thing in front of you, from my point of view, it's easier. I hope that makes sense to you. So I can move my original one and the book out the way at the minute. This book's getting a little bit bigger with them. So actually this centre square doesn't help because these seams are not in the middle now. This part is, but not over here. But I marked it out of habit. So I will have to rely on how that looks in there, even though I haven't got a seam. And then, hold on a minute, how it sort of lays on the top there. And get that on a straight line, Belle. But I like that there, that's fine. As far as I'm concerned. So make sure it's under there nice and tidy, not caught up in the feed dogs. Now I've got these tabs to think about, these dog ears, isn't it? As I say, I'm pretty new to this. I've done blocks, but it's been intermittent of following a little bit more complicated pattern. So I'm just going to lift the foot, put the dog ears underneath, and then we'll be all right. I'll make sure I'm at the edge of that underneath fabric. It's worth going through each little process with you. Right, so we know that everything's opposite now. So I'm picking out another purple one, or the other purple one that's remaining. And again, I don't have to crease that now. But look, see if I put that on there, that's not in the middle. You see it? Are you saying, yeah, Belle? I see that, I understand. Just want to make sure everything's nice and in order. I have to put that because obviously when I cut it, my thread's still down in the wee hole. Hold on, need reassurance again that I'm straight. Yep. Any doubt, do it again. So slowly to the middle. And I've got the dog ears here again, so you can move it a bit just to get that little metal plate over on the top, and then it'll be fine. There, see it? You can see that getting caught again. Wasn't fine. But it's nice to see, as I said, each process of things that can go wrong or might, you know, the thinking process, isn't it, of what's happening, especially if you're not a quilter. You know, I've got some experience. Some. So, here we go. Nice and slowly. See, my dog ears. I have to be careful because it's got two. The yellow might not go under as nice as I want. Of course, this one, we've got one at the beginning and end now. So, I'm gonna, oh dear, that's it. I was still going when I lifted the foot. See? Now I could trim them up. In fact, I should have done. I might do that in a wee while. Yeah, I just thought of that. I didn't do it with this one, did I? No, look, you can see them on the back. But I can do that after. It's a bit awkward on that one, but I can snip it with the scissors. Yeah, where'd you put your scissors, Bill? Excuse me. Just be careful you don't cut the main fabric, see? So it's easy done. Even though I forgot. I didn't think of it till just now, see? Learning. Wonderful, isn't it? I'm doing this here while I remember, because I put it down and forget. I like to do things as I think of them. I have fun. I says, oh, it's old age. It's not. I've been like it. It's 20. I have to do things straight away. Know what it's like. Life overtakes. Kids come in. Mum, whatever you're doing. Right, so just be kind of careful here. Lovely mess of my floor. So I'm going to leave that for a minute. I think, oh dear, bit rough there. That's definitely, that seems definitely out of order. That's mostly it. Hold on, see this one here. That one's sorted, so we'll get to this one now, eh? I can do this one when I finish this little bit on here. So I've laid it on there, see, to the middle. You can tell. So it's already on that little dog here, so that's okay. That's this one here. Didn't like that. There you go. Give me a minute. I think we've gone walk about there. And there's another one, another layer. See? So we will cut this while we're here. I'm going to mess with my machine. Don't go down the throat of my machine. If I'm doing right or not, we'll find out, won't we? Right, so that's that one done. So we'll put that in the same position as this one here. See the dark blue and the dark to our top left. So it's this section I'm doing now. Which I'll get my book up. And the plan is it's C and D. So C and D is 4 1/4. You think 4 1/4 and you think, hold on, because the last layer is 3 7/8. But of course this has been cut into 4. The other one's only 2. If you get my meaning. Okay, take that label off and put it back in because I'm going to use it again for the next one. Or I'll cut a few next time, definitely. It's just to show you that I'm doing this. So the dark goes to the left here. You see? Dark, dark, dark. So I'm going to finger press that a bit better. And put that on there. Let's get you out of the way. Holding this up. And I'm using the seam here and the little squares to help me as well. It's no good folding it though because that's not a middle part. That's what I'm thinking. Move my scissors out of the way. And so it's a little bit fiddlier. Plus I'm, you know, second time and third time of doing it. Still in the middle part there. Oh, fine. That's it. Happy. So much for trimming that. Hey, expert at work here. And we know it's going to be the opposite. Funny enough, I ended up with more than I needed. I don't know why that is. Just the instructions. I thought that the last time I'd done it, I thought I'd done something, but I was a bit chaotic The little triangles everywhere, not labelled, so we'll see. Sort it out. Not the end of the world anyway. Rather too many than too few. So, here we go. That's one, so we know them two are on and the other two are yellow. You didn't put two on there, Bill, did you? No, that's one. Oh, I know where it is. It was on my original block. Still looks out of kilter, doesn't it? That's how we learn, mate. That's how we learn. My son, when he made his little coffee table quilt, he'd had some blocks. We both did, yeah, it's definitely out of kilter. We both didn't realise until we practically got the binding on that he'd made a mistake. And he took it to my quilters group, and the lady said the Amish, they always make a mistake in their quilts because something like God, you know, knows that we're not perfect, so they do a mistake so it's not perfect in their quilts. Probably wouldn't notice unless you're looking, because they're beautiful quilts, aren't they? Stunning. So he could live with that then. I'm not a religious person, but there's something in it, isn't there? So, yeah, I'm out of kilter. See, look at my points. Let's have a look at this one. I never even looked at the points. Yeah, never thought of that. See? They're pretty good, actually, compared to... That's because I was out of kilter that time, wasn't it? Anyway, you can see my mistakes. That's what it's about. So, last section. Why don't I bring this up, Bill? So we've got them, as again, I'm using the dark. See, move that around so it's exactly the same. Yeah, look at that point. That's where that's gone wrong. See that there? Yeah. There and there. And what we're doing is putting dark on this one. So here they are. And this size is, hold on, still got it in there, 3 7/8. This is the last one. Last 4 anyway. Move that out of the way, so it's dark down here. Once you've got the first one on, we're okay. You can hear the rain out there. We've had nothing but rain the past few days. Storm, we had a storm as well. That was a bit life-threatening, you know, flooding and stuff like that. Not in my area. Well, not in my direct area. It was a few miles away. We're getting their streets flooded. I'm okay here. And a friend of my group, she couldn't come because her street was flooded. I don't know how bad. I never looked at the news. Doesn't mean I don't care, it's just I didn't look at it. Sometimes avoid the news, you're not going to be doing it. Sometimes I do look at a lot of politics and then I have to tell myself, don't. I'm just holding that bit under the foot, that little 1/4 inch bar. have done that instead of lifting the foot, see? Shall we cut this up all in here? I forgot to do that other layer, did I? Let's cut this one off anyway. I'll get in the habit of doing that as well, so I will as I get more done. Here we go, see, Belle? You're going to end up with a quilt, aren't you? It won't be just a table mat. It depends how bored I get. I have other things to do as well. I got some finished and somebody wants me to make one too, a quilt, so plenty of things to keep me busy. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh dear, cut it before it was ready. Foot was up. That is really accurate. It is what it is. It's a wonky one. I'm going to lift that up. And there we go. Not the most perfect one. As you can see, that one's really bad. But we'll see how it was. See if it comes in or not. Eh? But 1 block. 2 blocks. I always have an issue of how to put these together. If I sewed these together, even though they look like they will match, they won't. These top triangles. And I do have a trouble. I'm doing a quilt at the moment and it's, I don't know how to get it together. Look at YouTube though, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching that. Be lovely if you subscribe and like for me on my analytics, please, and comment as well. I'd love some feedback. I'd love some interaction. If you want me to do certain blocks as well, I'm sure whatever you mention is in here. A house. I really want. I've never done a house. I'm touching buttons on my computer. Not computer, machine. Yeah. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, so do that and set notifications, and then you'll see when I put the next video up, which hopefully won't be too long.